right, hi everybody. This is week 1, day 2, and I'm so glad that you're listening to this video. My learning buddy today, this was yesterday's learning buddy, and this is going to be my learning buddy today, right? And this is PJ, okay? This is PJ. So what do I mean by buddy, and why is this important? You're going to try, kids, you're going to try to repeat what I just taught you to your learning buddy. So it can be a stuffed animal. This was my yesterday's learning. He'll be my learning buddy later if I want to review anything with him. So you're going to be the teacher when you get done with your work, or you're going to be the teacher with your learning buddy as you do the work. And since you have this video, you can stop it whenever you want and then do the activities, okay? First thing that we're going to do yesterday is we talked about our safari book. And in the safari book, we talked about the title and that we made up our own story looking at the picture. We also looked at a safari video. We have all the elephants, and I told you today that I would read you this story. Even though I know your parents has read it to you, I'm just going to read it just in case there is a couple that had not picked up their packets yet. So the title is Safari. Hello, Jambo, let's go. I'm going on a safari. What will I see? I see elephant spray just for me. I see elephant spray on safari. Also, when you're doing this with me, if you're watching the video, I see lions play just for me. I see lions play on safari. So do that pointing. I see rhinos run just for fun. Oh, just for me. I was trying to make a rhyme. I see rhinos run on safari. Rhinos run, lions play, elephants spray. What else will I see on safari? I see giraffes eat just for me. I see giraffes eat on safari. I see zebras graze just for me. I see zebras graze on safari. I see hippos soak just for me. I see hippos soak on safari. Now, this was the important page. This is the very end, but what I want you to see is that you can make a sentence with only 2 words. Only 2, a noun and a verb. So we're going to do a couple sentences in our journals today using your sight words. So we have hippo soak. That is a sentence. It's telling me the hippo soak. That is a complete thought. That is a sentence with only 2 words. Zebras graze, giraffes eat, rhinos run, lions play, elephants spray. So those are 2 words. So since I have that on my mind, I'm going to get my journal. And in your journal, you can turn it this way. I'm going to put I run. So when you start to get to 1st grade and your teacher wants you to start writing in your journal, start using some of those sight words. You don't have to get all fancy. Over time, you can get your fancy words. Like today, we're going to sound out elephant and lions today. But I run. So I'm going to draw a picture of me. Well, it's not me, it's you, but you're going to label it me. So you're going to put your body. I know you're going to draw more fancier than me. And then you're going to put M-E, me. I run. And that is the sentence today. I run. Another one you can put right up underneath it is I see. I see is a sentence. We're on the next page, we're going to make it a little longer, that it says I see a. Okay, I'm going to turn this. I run and I see, and then you're going to do a picture of me. Okay. Okay, let's do another journal page. This is getting fun. Okay, this is where our animals are going to come in. Yesterday we did our zebra and our giraffe All right. So I'm going to pick 2 of them out of there today that I can draw, and it's going to be the rhino and the elephant. I need to have it in front of me, so when I write the words in my journal, I need to know I have there's the rhino, and then maybe I'll do let's do the lion and the elephant. I think I'm gonna do the lion and the elephant today. I run, we're gonna write it again, and I see a lion, period. Lion, there's 1 lion. So you're going to draw your body, put your eyeballs, and then you're going to draw the lion. The lion's going to have an oval and another oval, and he's going to open up his mouth with his teeth. And you give him an oval ear. You can give him like this if you want, and give him his nose and 4 legs. You could do the stick legs, or you could do the rectangles like we did yesterday, but it's up to you. So I run. I see a lion. The lion is in the safari, okay? Another place we see lions are in the zoo. With the elephant, when we write a sentence, the elephant said, I see elephant spray just for me. I see elephant spray on safari. Well, with the elephant sprays us, we get wet. Oh my gosh, we get wet. Can you believe it? So that's where our 3-letter words come in. Wet. So we're going to watch a short video, all right? Because we're going to focus on E-T, 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 E-T. Now, why is that important? Because that is one of our vowels, A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U. So it's all 5 of these letters are everywhere, and everything you pick up. I can pick up this, and I see an I, an A, an E, an A, an E, and an A. Those 5 words are everywhere. Oh my gosh, let me get the months of the year. Look, there's an A, a U, a U, a U, a U, a E. And that was another thing that we did for our activity yesterday. You could get a newspaper or a magazine, is probably easier, and you get your yellow highlighter and you highlight all of the vowels, because every word that you look at is going to have an A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, and we'll get to that. Why? I'll tell you why tomorrow. So let's go back to the elephant. So we read the book about the safari. Elephants spray. So we will get soaked and wet, won't we? All right, so let's watch an ET video. These are family words, et. And we're going to take other consonants. Consonants yesterday. The consonants, there is no A-E-I-O-U in this poster. There's no A, there's no E, there's no I, there's no O, there's no U. So I'm going to take one of these consonants and I'm going to put it in front of my words. Now, what that means is consonant, vowel, consonant. Consonant, vowel. That's why I just love those 5 letters. 5 letters are just so fabulous to me. All right, and so we're going to use those 3-letter words to make a story of our own. We're going to become the best authors by the end of the 4 weeks. We're going to make our own storybooks. It's going to be the greatest. Right, PJ? He says, I'm going a little too fast. All right, I'll slow down. I'll slow down. All right, let's watch an ET video.
Jan has a pet. Her pet is little. Her pet is blue. Her pet is wet. Jan has a net. She can get her wet pet. She can let it go. Her pet has a jet. Her pet has a vet. It is a fish.
All right, that was fun. I see a lion, so that came out of our book Safari. The lion was a character in it, and we're gonna name him Jet. So his name is Jet. I like that name, Jet. So that's what I'm gonna name him, Jet. Now I'm going to put Jet in my book only because I'm going to use it for teaching purposes, and it's up to you parents. But there is Jet. Can you see? Woo, Jet. That is his name, Jet. And it's going to remind me of what I learned and what I'm teaching you. So his name is Jet. And I'm going to look in here and I'm going to go to the elephant. And I know that I can get wet. So I'm just going to put the word down at the bottom, wet. So there's my word, wet, because the elephant's got me wet. Then also today, with our journal, we use the words I see. Those were your sight words, right? I see. So not only that, those of you who were able to get your note cards, remember I'm going to use some of my son's old ones. You're going to put I, and you're going to put C. Some of you probably already have your note cards like this, but if you don't have your cards, I see. It can also help you put them on the floor to make sentences, but it can also help you, I think writing now, I think we are all ready to write. And then I see is right here. I see is in my book. And then the word is me. It says just for me, but the word is me. So that's another word that we covered today and that we put for sure in our journal. And me. I, see, and me. I see elephants. Now, how do I know how to do the word elephants? I'm going to go to my book and I'm going to grab my book and there is the word elephants. So this is stuff that you can do on your own right now while you're watching the video, when you can turn me off and write it. So I see elephants. I put an S on the end, so that means more than one. Oh, big old elephants! And he's got big square legs. These aren't rectangles today, they're squares. And since I have to have more than one, because I have an S on the end, I see elephants. And then his ear, and then his ear. But this is going to be my favorite part, is the trunk. Don't forget the trunk, okay? I see elephants. And I have to put a picture of me. You're going to put me. And you're going to have your elephants. You already labeled them because you're writing a story. I see elephants. Now, the next thing is, the next sentence on this page is, I get wet. I get wet. Now, I know the sentence needs to be put straight across, Miss Spear, like this. I get wet. But I was trying to make it large enough for you to see it. So I get wet should look like that. So I have two more sentences here. I see elephants. I get wet. And that is what you're going to write today. I mean, all by yourself. Now you're becoming authors on your own. And can you imagine? You can pull all this out at the end of the week, staple it together, put a title page on it, and say, this is my safari book. It's so cool. We're going to make a book. We can rip it out and we can keep it in. It's up to us. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry, PJ. All right, so look, that is how we have just learned. Let's read this entire page because there's I see elephants and then there's the spray on safari and on. That's easy. That's a 2-letter word. And that's also one of our sight words. So let me put on. I can actually sound that out with one of my vowels. So I have on. Me, there's an E and an O. See, A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U. Hope y'all sang that song yesterday. There's your E's. And remember, I is not just a letter, it's also a word. I love that. Okay. Okay. All right. He says, I'm doing a good job. I hope so. All right, I'm doing all my work. So that's what you're going to do for your writing today. And then you're also going to even point with your finger. I see elephants spray just for me. I see elephants spray on safari. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to underline my on. And I'm only doing that is because I learned this today. I'm not going to mark all over my book. It's because I learned it today and I'm teaching it to my learning partner. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It helps me remember. So those were 2 of the animals. Did I do all the animals? I had my elephant. I got to check back on my work. And I did the lion. So I did the 2 animals that we talked about. And that came out of this worksheet. This simple little worksheet said choose an animal, two your favorite animals, and then you're going to draw a picture of it, and then you're going to label it, and then write a sentence. Well, we did this yesterday and labeling, and then now we're going to do it this way. So this is just a way to extend it a little bit, to make it a little bit more fun, and we're working on our et. Now you can also make other words like I have a pet lion. I wish. No, I don't. Maybe a pet tiger. Yeah, pet tiger. Yeah, pet tiger. And Jet was our safari man's name. So his name was Jet. And it is a capital. So we use capital letters. Where's his name? There it is. We use capital letters in our names, and we use capital letters at the beginning of the sentences. So when we did our A-E-I-O-U yesterday, and the A and the E and the I did not look like their parents, we would see them at the beginning of a sentence. A, and here's our E, and our I and the O and the U look the same. But the uppercase looked different than the lowercase. So they didn't look like their parents. We don't always look like our parents. And here's the O and the U. I'm going to make it an uppercase by making it bigger. So once again, where do we see the uppercase? We see them in our names, at the beginning of our names, and we see them at the beginning of sentences. Let me check to see if I'm right. Yep. They're all capital at the beginning of my sentences. Oh, let me check back here. Yep. I don't see capitals anywhere else in here. No, I don't see any more capitals. That's why those lower cases are very important. So we did our 3-letter words today. Wet, net, jet, pet, get. Oh my gosh, you can make a song today. I went to the vet and take my pet. He got wet because he was a fish. I mean, you can make up anything you want to. So also in your journal, you can write the ET words. So if I'm expecting you to do it, let me give you an example first. I'm going to say, I'm going to teach you some ET words today. Yes, I am. So I put ET, 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 ET. He says, Mama, why do you keep putting ET? No, it's Miss Bear. All right, ET, ET. All right, there's a bunch of ETs. And then I'm going to get my other color. You could do this with crayons, but it's a lot of fun with markers. And then I'm going to go, I had a pet. And he was wet. He loved to fly on the jet. And, oh, I'm already forgetting. So this is why it's important to write it in your journal. Oh, I'm going to catch him with the net. net. And I took him to the vet to get a shot. Now, how can I remember all these words if Miss Bear didn't do them on here? Well, if I were to have my alphabet down here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. I'm not going to put the vowels. So let's say I'm writing them all down. So I can go a bet. Oh, that is actually a word, bet. So I start at the beginning of the alphabet, a bet. Like, I bet you I can race you to the over there and be first. Okay, and then ket, no, det, no, fet, get. See, there's our G. So that's another way to do it. Het, no such word. Oh, there's my J, jet. And oh, let me learn something today. So L-E-T can also be on our list. You see how you do it? Now look at how many words that you can write in your journal. Oh my gosh, Gobbles, I'm so excited too. Learning about ET words is the most fabulous thing ever. Like, let me teach you. I will get A+. Net, JKLMNOP. So that's just how you do it. Zet. There's nothing. I can name you Zet. PJ, your name is Zet. All right, so that's some more stuff that you do in your writing journals today, okay, guys? And, oh, now we're going to bring in the math. I see all kinds of worksheets. Oh, my gosh, there's millions of these things that make 10. Yes, I would love for you to just practice those with your learning buddy. No, I'm sorry, you're not my learning buddy today. PJ's my learning buddy. Yes. But I'm going to bring out our book to help us with our math. How am I going to do that? Let me get them over here. Let me change sides a little bit. I'm going to go to the page. Oh, let me have a review first. My apologies. This is very important. Yesterday we did 5 and 5, high five. And it doesn't matter if I switch them around, there's still 5 plus 5 gets me to 10. That's like in my brain. It's in my brain forever. 5 plus 5 is 10. I can't get it out. Well, today we're going to be looking at the 4 and the 6. Yep, the 4 and the 6. But they're different. But you know what? This takes me to 10, and we're going to use our storybook to get there. So my first page that I'm going to go to and teach my learning buddy. Whoa, I'm looking on this page, and I see something that has 6 spare tires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's my 6. And how many more do I need to get to 10? I'm going to put 6 in my head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, that's a quick way to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me get my counters out. You can do 1, 2. I have my Legos. 3. Okay, so here's my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need my 4 more to get to 10. That helps me as well. I'm going to do the little ones. 4 more. Okay. There we go. There's 10 all together. And you could do those worksheets like this. That'll be fun. Now, I'm going to go back to my Safari book. I have 6, and I need to count up 4 more. So put 6 tires in my head. Got 6 tires? 6. And then get my fingers ready. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 4 more to get to 10. Yeah, that's so easy. Put the big number in your head and count up on your fingers. It is so fast. Let's do that one more time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! All right, now we're going to find one that has 4 of something. I just so happen to know there's 4 giraffes. All right, there they are. 4. 1, 2. Thought that was a baby giraffe. That would have just messed the lesson up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's my 4. So I'm going to put 4 in my head, and then I'm going to count up to 10. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 10. I'm going to use my thumb. I know we can do that, but I like, all right. So that's 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6. So these two are partners. So whether we put the 4 first, let me make sure I have that right. Whether we have the 4 first, 4 plus 6 is 10. And if you want, you can make little note cards like this, or you can draw it in your journal. Why not draw it in the journal? It sounds like fun to me. So 4 plus 6 is 10, and then I'm going to put the big number first. Okay, so I put the big number first because I have 6, and then I add up 4. I add up 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. So 6 plus 4 is 10, and 4 plus 6 is 10. It doesn't matter which way I go. Woo, woo, woo. It equals 10. Hi, 10. Woo! I love this. I love school. It's so much fun. So let's go over what I had shown you today. Remember, we have our 5 vowels. Please keep practicing some of the songs. And why was that important yesterday? Is because today I did the and I took consonants at the beginning and changed them up, but I used the letter T in the end. So I took my and I made all these words. You put that in your journal. And also in our journals, we did our writings. See, we did our writings. I get wet. We made a sentence. Don't forget to use the sentence stopper. All right, and only try to use the capital letter at the beginning of the sentence. I want lowercase throughout. So I see elephants. We also learned that the S, if I have more than one elephant, but on my other drawings, I see a lion. Now, why is that different in the book? Oh, I forgot to underline lions in my book. So let me go lion. I see A. I see 1. There's no S on the end. And it just says on safari. Since this is my teaching learning book, I'm going to go ahead and write it as nice as I can. I'm not going to mess it up, but that is the word lion, okay? So I needed that in my journal writing today. So I will go ahead and do that. And remember, we started out to realize that in our book, they gave us sentences that only had 2 words. I mean, it's unreal that these are sentences. Yes, 2. Hippo, so how did we start our journal today is I run and I see sentence stopper and I drew a picture of me, which will be you. All right, well, that'll wrap it up today. And those are things that I would love for you to do this evening on your own with your learning buddies. I mean, here's my Minimium. You can have your Ninja Turtle. One of my other favorite learning buddies. I'll probably, PJ loves Clacky. Look at Clacky. Oh, likes the little bow. Okay, so make sure you teach your buddy all the things that you learned today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.